Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rolling with Chaos. I'm your host, Ray Sage. Tonight, we are joined by two very lovely ladies. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
You
I
first?
am Wingle the Wizard, aka Benji Benedict the Bard.
I am ROBW321, and I am Alicia Harper.
Very interesting. Now, I'm just going to ask you guys some simple questions. Okay. How long have you two been playing D&D?
I started when I was 21. I started with 3.5 with my original character, Azora Grace. She was a witch. I was in college. I had just failed out of my first college, and I got really depressed, and I was drinking, and I needed a hobby. So I was like, you know what? I've always been interested D&D, and my significant other bought the entire starter kit, and we played a 3-year campaign. And so ever since then, we've been playing nonstop. So 7 years-ish, 7-ish years.
And for me, our lovely DM started me off with Warhammer. I forget what version. I was a annoyingly horny ranger.
So nothing's changed.
Shut up! And that was about 12 years ago because I was pregnant with my daughter. So.
Interesting. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your guys' characters.
You can go first.
Okay. Well, Alicia, she's kind of just a wanderer. She likes to just go wherever the wind takes her, type of thing. She spent a lot of time with Tara in the woods, trying to learn how to hunt, and failing miserably, and just ends up being there for comic relief and whatnot. She did get into a run-in with some shady people, and that's where she ended up getting, kind of woohoo, bound and gagged in a cage when the party found her.
Benji has lived in Terrain all his life. He grew up, he didn't have a mom, and tragic backstory that hasn't been revealed yet happened. He's been kind of on his own since he was 15, and he's used his craft of playing the lute, the flute, in more than just the instrumental way. Never got paid for sex though. No, that's a hard no for him. But definitely has never had that long-term intimate, that very much the what is it, the fucking duck. Out
That's
the
a
window,
word.
out the window, down the sheets, like as soon as it gets a little too intimate, runs away like crazy, hops to the next town, or maybe more than one town over. So he's this is a really big thing with him because Asahi, best friend, but Asahi definitely he knows that she has feelings for him, but he doesn't, or they don't think that it's not the same for him. It's not the same. They don't think they respect them too much. It's just a friend thing. So that's where it's kind of gotten where this big muscular Adonis comes through the freaking portal, and now that's all Benji can think about, and it's just very intimidating and very interesting.
Sorry, I drew him so sexy. Okay.
And it's all your fault. This would not have happened had you not drawn him so fucking sexy. I'm sitting over here like, holy moly!
I fucked up our whole little thing that we had planned on the side. Just one drawing. Mm-hmm. I had one job and I fucked it up.
you're lucky that Tara just doesn't want anything to do with me because she got a badunkadunk too.
Hey, like I said, I always draw my girls thick.
That's interesting to know. Good to know. So yeah, at least you're the drawer of the group then.
Yes, I am. I am so far the campaign artist as far as character drawings.
Only characters, or does the DM also have you doing the NPCs as well?
He hasn't asked me to do any NPCs. I know I still need to get his one drawn as well as yours.
Yes,
A lot
we,
of
we
that would
talked
be
about
a,
that earlier. It's gonna be an interesting one.
Yes.
that would be a lot
It's
of
gonna be a
people for you
very
to.
good drawing.
That would
Well,
be a lot of
it'd
people
probably
for you
be
to.
main NPCs, like ones that are crucial to the story, or even the big bads.
You know what would be really cool is the Seven Brothers, the Seven Kings.
No, that don't give them that idea.
I think that would be a really that ghostly, like all seven of them sitting there like oh god, I think that'd be cool.
I could maybe do that with silhouettes, but as far as going into detail on each one, that
God.
would be murder.
Oh my god. The artwork for our new artwork for us is our five characters or our
Yep.
6 characters with the silhouettes in the background.
Oof.
Ooh,
We'll have to
come
talk about
on.
that another day. We'll have to talk about it.
That's a good. Sorry, we're brainstorming.
Yeah, it kind of happens. I've noticed.
We get derailed easily.
And funny enough, that was actually the next question. How easy you guys get derailed?
That we are perma derailed, like so we have to live off the rails.
I'm
So
like
basically, yeah, like almost every other campaign player's always going left when the DM hope he goes right.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I make it a personal mission to just make Elton's life hell when DMing, just because he always throws something at me that's like fuck.
Understandable. I would probably do the same thing.
But he knows it's only because I love him.
Yeah. Now you've told us the backstories of your guys' characters, which, well, as much as you could.
Mm-hmm.
But from what we've heard, Benji is gender fluid. Yeah.
Yes.
Which, in olden days, it's like 3.5 and early 5. That would be a touchy subject, but nowadays it's not. How? So it's a good thing. So that's excellent. And we know that him and Kilgar, as Kilgar put it, bed buddies.
I think we're more than that.
Keep it nice and clean. Yeah, no. See, he told us last weekend that something might happen in last week's session to make you guys more than bed buddies. Did that thing happen where you are now more than just bed buddies?
So what had happened, for anyone that did not see, was we were in bed, we rolled over and had a conversation. Now Calgar's trying to have this very serious conversation, and Benji kind of clammed up. He hasn't had this conversation. Yeah, he's already, for every other path, he's already run away before this point has happened. So this is the first time he's ever having that "what are we" conversation.
He's more the one and done.
Yeah, so this is the first time he's had more than just one time. And then on top of it, not only is Calgar trying to get him to say these things, he also drops the bomb that he was a virgin.
Oh yes. Oh my god. When that happened, your face just looked so flabbergasted, like
So M knew already.
Okay.
M already knew this, but Benji didn't, and I'm gonna play my character on par. I was not Benji is, he's what, I never really put an age to him, but I have to say he's probably about 22, 23 years old. And Kelgar kind of looks like that 24, 25, maybe 26. Not really expecting him to be a virgin. Oh, you know, confident enough to bring me to bed. So
No, it's funny. I wanted to chime in because I know I was muted at the time. I wanted to be like cherry picker.
Not only is Calgar trying to have this very serious conversation of like, what are we? But then says that, and then Benji's just like, I kind of wish you told me that ahead of time. That's a little bit of a huge thing that you just didn't tell me. So he kind of just not is blindsided not only by the fact that Belgar wants to have this conversation with him. He doesn't want to just be bed buddies. He wants to something more, and Benji does too. But Benji's not the kind of person that's going to just be like, I love you. I'm not. He's not going. They're not that person that's going to just be like, okay, you have my heart, because they have taken so much time to put those boundaries up. They're not going to do that in a couple bedtimes. It's not happening. So Calgar's like, I want you. You're mine now. And Benji's like, I want to see if that's what's going to happen, but I can't feasibly say this to you and be telling the truth, and that you deserve more than that. It's kind of how I tried to play it, but also trying to play it like absolutely the most flustered person that was not expecting the fact that I was his first as well. So it was very I tried to play it as awkwardly as I possibly could, and I think that I nailed it, by the way.
No, yeah, you did. 100% nailed that shit.
But so right now, where we left off is both of us are on the same page on the fact that we both really like each other and would like to see where this goes. But Benji put the wall up of, I'm not ready to say anything I'm not ready to say, and I will not be pushed to say it either. And I think that was one thing that Benji, he said, I want this to happen. I do, but I'm not ready for this. It's only been 2 days. That's too far for me too quickly. So I think that the biggest thing of whether Benji and Calgar go forward is if Calgar can respect that boundary, but at the same time grow the relationship. Because Calgar's, I think, this is me not trying to speak for another character, but kind of feels like he's all in already. And Benji's like, I want to be. I want to jump full. But I have Ashani.
Asahi.
Asahi. Why do I keep saying Ashani? Asahi. You should make. I'm gonna say something else. Her name is Asahi. Is still out there, and I don't know where she is. And that's weighing on Benji still. And that's a conversation that needs to happen before he says anything with the L word to Calgar, for sure. But also, just in general, I'm not a Disney princess, so 24 hours is still this is not quite enough. Benji would make an amazing Disney princess, but not right now. I might not be the princess age, but I definitely know that maybe at least a couple weeks before, the prince gets his prince. Like, we need some more time before we grow. Is what's going on there. That's a long-winded answer. I hope that helped.
Oh, yes, it did. And I like the long-winded answers because they always give more detail. And yes, Benji would make a perfect Disney princess for the nowadays. Now, let's see. Same question goes for you. Does your character have a crush or relationship wantings with any of the other player characters?
Not really. She's more of just a flirt and a tease. She likes to flaunt what she's got, type of thing, and is not afraid to leave him high and dry at the same time. But she does have eyes for someone, but not gonna say.
It's Tara. I see that badonkadunk too, don't worry. It's either that or the wood dog.
Wood dog?
AMD, have you not seen AMDM's fan art? Oh my god. That is one hot Warforged druid. Let me tell you.
Oh yes, that one. Yes, I saw it.
Just for picture reference.
How you doing?
Yeah, very interesting ones as well.
It was really cool to have that the metal, but also having the roots connecting it. I thought it was really cool.
It's more stone than metal.
Yeah, but it also looked like he had a green mossy beard.
Yes, he has a green. He has a mossy vine beard, and his cloak is made of like moss, just like grown, as well as if you see in the centerpiece, it's actually like a tree radiating.
Mm,
And
very
then of course
nice.
the blue little rose is the one that he grew for me last episode.
Oh, so cute.
Are you
You were able to read my mouth. I didn't see
Yep.
the.
Just a little Easter egg in there.
Yeah. Let's see. Now, so how long? Because I'm trying to remember. I don't think the first campaign episode I saw. I can't remember if Elsh was in it or not. I don't think so. It
Risha
was
actually
No.
started this week.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Asahi after an occurrence left the party.
Oh, she
And
got butthurt because Kelgar took me to bed.
they got butthurt.
They
and
got butthurt and Kelgar took my ass to bed.
Hmm.
and so I discussed it with the DM, and we put Asahi on the back burner. Whether or not they come back is still to be
Prediction for
determined.
that. I have a prediction for that.
Oh yeah. No, but
So my prediction for Asahi is that they are going to come back, but not as a player character, but as a vengeful boss that we have to go against, specifically targeting Kelgar for ruining their love life. And I think that because they're already part warlock, the fiend warlock. They're going to go farther into that, and they're going to try to make more deals and become closer to that fiendish nature, to the fact that they actually get corrupted, and then they're going to go after Kelgar for taking Benji away. That's
It could
where
be
that,
more
that
fatal attraction.
Oh no! You could take no. Kelgar did this, not Benji. Benji didn't do this. It was Kelgar. You definitely
Benji
know
had
what.
the option of saying no.
she's got you there.
I'm gonna.
Consent is key, and
gonna-
Benji consented.
I'm gonna just dimension door that way. Exit stage right. But yeah, no. That's my prediction for the character, because when it comes to Asahi, they are an amazing character, but with that crazy change in personality, to bring them back, not saying I wouldn't love to have them back, I would absolutely adore it, but to have that change to which they actually become the bad guy, to be a challenge for the party now, God, that development would be good.
That would be an interesting thing to happen, yeah. But let's go back. So from the beginning of the campaign until now, what has the most challenging part been besides trying to make up music and poems for Kelgar?
Me? The
Yes, you.
most, I think, are we talking about actual technical or actual, just in-game RP?
In-game RP and that.
Staying in the character's voice.
Um,
I suck at that.
So the poems are actually very natural. I'm able to do those really quickly. It's one of those things where once I get the rhyme in my head, all I have to do is write it down. I'm done. I actually just those of you that are watching, I literally wrote one right before this for Kelgar's wife, the
Real life wife.
real life wife, but Benji singing to her, basically saying that Kelgar's mine. You know what? I'll share it. I don't actually. Yeah, I'm not gonna share it because I don't know if I'm allowed to. But I have a feeling he'd be okay with it. But I'm not gonna do it until he says otherwise. But it's just one of those things where I have ADHD, and so a lot of and one of the things that I do to calm myself down is I sing like famous songs, like "Take on Me" by Aha or AC/DC, but I change the lyrics for my dog. So it's something that me and my significant other do to pass just to a lot of time when my anxiety's high or my ADHD is really active, it calms me down, and so I just innately do it now. And so that's not when it comes to actual RP. I think the only really challenging thing is the getting through travel time is my hardest thing. I'm
Kelgar
not. Oh, did
that he's actually 32.
Yeah, he shared that with me. Yeah, too. He said that I'm allowed to share the poem. Give me a second.
Okay.
So Kelgar and his beautiful wife, who is my favorite person, Erica, are getting married in
on Halloween.
Halloween. So what I wrote to her, but remember, this is Benji, not M. Erica is truly the sweetest of hearts, but the marriage is doomed from the start. Cause Kelgar's already have his eyes on a bard, a handsome young devil with abs so hard. So I'm sorry, Erica, I have to object. That barbarian is mine. I call dibs. End of subject. So it's just something I'm innately able to do, and so it doesn't take a lot of time for me. So when we get into an RP and Benji's not innately in the RP right then and there, that's my time where I'm like, okay, I can still listen and make that rhyme really quick. So probably the only time I have a hard time in game is travel time and when we switch editions.
Switch editions?
So, like, the game is supposed to be 5e, but we do use some 3.5 aspects of the game. So, flanking's a thing. We don't confirm crypts, thank God, but I just learned what flat-footed meant last game. Didn't know what flat-footed meant because that got changed to surprise rounds in 5e. So, I'm still... And I did play 3.5, remind you. I did play Pathfinder. But, unfortunately, that was 5 years ago, and I don't remember a single thing from that. So when we switch back and forth, that's probably my hardest thing. But when it comes to actual RP, actual combat, and being with these amazing players, I have no problems. I absolutely adore them.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
And I could agree with the amazing players just for the fact that I'm a permanent player for Elton. Anytime he's got a campaign or a one shot or whatever, he doesn't even ask. He just says, "Roll me up a character," and I'm there. And that just goes to show how great of a DM he is. And I just absolutely adore everything that he puts forth, all the effort and everything. And to a point where if he gets like sidetracked from it and it kind of tethers off, I get pissed at him because I want to know. I want to play. So.
That's always good to have. Because that also keeps him in check.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm not afraid to tell him what's what, so yeah.
So not afraid for that.
I don't care if you try to kill my character. I will come back with another one just to make it even more annoying.
That I can't even say that's interesting because that's actually badass. And I feel sorry for him when it comes down to those points.
Oh no, I still complain about last year's Halloween one shot. Oh my god, I got disintegrated within like the first 3 minutes of the game. And because I got disintegrated, I couldn't come back as a ghost and kill people. I was so pissed. I'm like, this isn't even fair. We had one guy die literally like 30 seconds into the game. I think he got killed by a gelatinous cube. And then another one fell onto a spike bed. I got disintegrated by a beholder. and it was just like after that, I was just too busy being pissy at him to pay attention.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I can just have it all running in the background. I'm going to go do something else. They
Oh
won't
no,
even
I
know
was
I'm gone.
actively bitching and moaning at him.
Okay.
I am that type of person when it comes to him.
Yeah, I definitely feel sorry for him at those points. Then
Yeah, I do too.
but he
Not
does kind of
really.
ask for it then.
Yeah, he does.
And now with this campaign, what's been the fights, hardest fight that you've been in?
I'm gonna
Hmm.
say the harpies because I wasn't there for it.
No. Actually, I would say the wolves because we had a player that was closer to death in that one. Than the harpies. The harpies, they just basically ripped Kelgar up, and no one else really got touched. But yeah, I'd have to say the wolves
I've still yet
because
to be hit.
you're going to.
I don't think so.
Knock on wood.
I don't
Knock
think
on wood.
I don't even have to. I am very confident that the DM is just not going to hit me. I think that I have a bright light look shining down on me, which is Kelgar Shadow.
Okay, we say that now. And if
Just
I
wait till
have
we hit
to,
level 10. Just
oh no, no, not only that. If I have to, I will send him a pair of holy cursed dice to use against Benji.
So here's the thing: is I made a character that is built to not get hit. So phase step, I had Misty Step at level 1. I had things already in place for that specifically. I am a defensive plus support character. I'm going to be getting a little bit of ranged the attack spells in a little bit, but that's what I built. Was I am the support character that is able to withstand this kind of and with staying away from it and not getting hit.
can't
So
touch it.
yeah, and that's kind of what if I get the stuff it gets too close, I'm able to get away. Is kind of the point of that. And now I tease the DM, but I'm not trying to be
Oh
disrespectful.
no.
Oh no, no, definitely not.
He's already aiming to at
I
least get
Yeah,
that one hit in. I can
that's,
guarantee that
that's
just knowing Elton, you've challenged him.
oh yes, and I am going to kick myself if I miss that day that he finally hits you.
So if you remember during the wolf fight, I did get hit like 5 or 6 times, and my AC was all of 13, and he did not roll above a 12 every single time. Like I was there, I was taking it for Asahi. I was there with I had to be 5, 6 hits with 3 different. And then I just Misty stepped out of there and gave it all to them because I mean, if you're not going to hit me that much, at least she can try. They can try and take some of the hits.
And I did end up doing that final hit in that whole life. That was pretty cool.
But yeah, no. So that when it came to rolling against me, he has not rolled high enough, and now I have my Displacer Beast armor, which hopefully future I want to be the Blinking Barge. I want to try and get that Displacer Beast or Phase Spider armor to be. I want to enchant it with the Blink spell. Because I just think it's really cool. It's a little fun because Blink spell is in concentration, and the Blinking Bard sounds like a Benji Benedict, the Blinking Bard. The alliteration, it's just there. I want it. And so, but now it's like natural armor. So basically, it's like +1 studded leather for me. And so I have 15 AC now. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't need the AC boost because you can't hit me anyway, but
But it's always nice to have.
it's always nice to have. Especially as a bard, because bards only have that light armor, so you don't see them going very high with that AC.
Oh, definitely not. But,
So once I hit 15, with that armor, that's armor that'll last me until level 13, 14, 15.
oh yeah, that will definitely last you that long. Okay, so throughout the campaign, what has been the one point that you say, I love it here the most?
I'd
In
say
between.
session 1.
Oh, I thought we were talking about where in the campaign I was like in between Kelgar's cheeks. We understood that question very differently.
Yes, we did. And that's partly my fault. I mean, what has been your favorite part so far?
Kelgar's cheeks.
So basically, getting the barbarian in the bed.
So my favorite part, honestly, from the get go was session 0, and I know that's a weird start, but come session 0, we all had this really weird chemistry right off the
Mhm.
bat, and I
That's
felt
why I said session 1, because we just instantly
it was
perfect meld.
especially me and Asahi, we started talking right off the bat, and we were like, okay, let's do this things with
Oh
our
my god.
characters, and it got really exciting, and
And
so
then it got completely derailed.
I abs. Screams and
Yeah.
bisexual. So it's one of those things where I think that from day one we had a chemistry that you just don't find a lot of the time, especially with strangers. Especially with none of us knew each other except for Asahi and the DM. All of us are randos from TikTok, and so the fact that we were able to find such a cool, loving group right off the bat was amazing. But the minute I fell in love with the campaign was when that first tavern with Kelgar, when I did that rhyme about slamming me against the bar and everyone started getting really excited. I got that natural 20, like that was a very epic moment for me.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting moment to say the least. How even
Technically, Asahi wasn't even there though.
yeah, but still, there in spirit.
But that was the amazing part.
Yes.
As a player, that was fucking amazing. In character, Asahi was like
That my first double 20, that was just like a really well placed double 20.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Okay. Now, here's a question for you. If someone came up to you who's new to D&D and wanted to get into playing and it's like, what type of class and character should I play? What would your advice be to them?
I actually have a few friends that are trying to get into D&D from another server, and I follow them on Twitch and everything. But I would honestly suggest a fighter
Fighters
and
are easy.
a human fighter, just because you are human, you know how they are, you know how to act as a human, and fighters are easy to, get into a certain niche that you feel comfortable in.
I actually have a Discord server for new players, and one of the biggest things I will always say is if you're not willing to read the books, you're not going to get someone to teach you. And so I always send them over to YouTube, the Dungeon Dudes. They do informational of how to build characters, how to DM, all of this stuff. They have Dungeons and Dragonheim, which is also another stream that is amazing. And if you are a new player, that it's a really good one to learn. But for actual new character building, I will always say that the high charisma characters are a little bit easier than the non-high charisma characters. So the paladins, the sorcerers, the warlocks, I think those are easy spellcasters to do. I think if I'm going to be completely honest, I think my favorite would be a paladin, because you can have that spellcaster, you can have that melee, and you can have that really cool moment when you divine smite. And as a new character, as a new player, to be like, I did 42 damage and I'm level 2. That's how you keep a player in the game. That's how you have that moment where he's like, I'm having fun. So I like giving them classes that are they're gonna be able to shine like that. So yes, I do I love fighters. My battle masters are my favorite, one of my favorites. I love them to death. But I like giving them the classes that the sorcerers, when they finally get that fireball, that first fireball, and how that look in the when they get to say it, you can see that it's coming to their turn.
Fireball.
It's coming to their turn. They're coming to their turn. They're ready for it. They just got level 3 spells. Does it hit everybody? Because I cast fireball, and you just see their eyes light up, and it's the coolest thing in the world.
Unless
So
it's the whole party.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They forget that it does also hit us.
party.
Yeah, but you just let them do it because it's the coolest thing in the world. So
They
I will
live and
always
they
say.
learn.
I will always say sorcerers are really good for newbies. Warlocks are kind of tricky, can be tricky, but most warlocks are, I think, pretty straightforward. The paladins are really good. Fighters are also really good. Barbarians are easy to play. So fighters and barbarians are easy to play, but if you want to do a spellcaster, I'm going to go with the warlocks, the paladins, and the sorcerers. I think that they are best. I would stay the hell away from artificers with all of your might.
And druids.
I think Druid. So I have in Wingle's campaign. She was a changeling druid, and that was her first character, and she absolutely loved it. So you can do druids, but if you're gonna do a druid, it's Circle the Moon, and that's it. It's just Circle the Moon. There are no other options.
Ain't gonna fight you on that one. So yeah, but no, that's pretty much gone through all my questions, even the questions I didn't even have. So it was. I'd say it was more interesting tonight than it was last weekend.
Don't tell them that.
No. It's mostly because of the energy that you two are giving off.
Crackhead energy?
No, chaotic energy.
Well, okay.
So
it's kind of one and the same.
It's one of the things where Benji is the face of the party. There is no. I am the high charisma character of the group. So having me in the interview, you're gonna get the high.
Benji may be the fist, but Alicia's the tits.
that is a good answer. I'll admit that is a good answer.
And Tara's the badonkadonk.
Yep.
Okay. Now, ladies.
I could just damage everybody.
Oh yes, you could.
Except for Will's character. I can't. He's our feathers.
He's our precious being. You don't disrespect him.
He's our chicken wing.
He's Birdman.
Okay,
ladies. I thought it was the most adorable. Sorry, one more thing. I thought it was the most adorable thing that during the game he tried to introduce himself for the stream, and he didn't know his race because we've called him Chicken Winning Birdman. Now, for those who don't know, it's an Aarakocra. And there's other ways to pronounce it, but I pronounce it Aarakocra. And he didn't know because we didn't tell him because we kept calling him Chicken
Wing. That's why I said during the dire wolf and the wolf pack battle, he was getting eaten like a damn chicken wing.
He's our little.
So in my game notes that I faithfully take, I try to write everybody's action, how much damage they do, and everything, as well as the initiative. So it's for my quick notes, it's chicken wing.
You are nuts. I don't have the attention span for that. I'm trying to do poems over here.
That's my way of being able to focus with my ADHD. Otherwise, you could ask DM. I get hella. So.
To each his own.
Mm-hmm.
But ladies, I have to say it was a pleasure having you on the show tonight.
Glad to be here.
I've not laughed so hard in quite a while, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm not used to being on camera, so I'm constantly feeling my face being hot. So I've got to get used to being on camera. I'm not as TikTok-y as everybody else, so.
That I don't appreciate that. That felt like an attack on me.
No. I'm saying in the fact that you're more comfortable on camera.
our D&D before COVID was all online. So
No,
from Pathfinder till now, a lot of our games have been online. So when it comes to being on the webcam, it does not bother me because of that. But that's the only reason why. Once you do it more and more, you just it just becomes natural. I've
That's
been
what
doing
I'm
this for
hoping.
7 years now.
That's what I'm hoping, but most of the time, like even though I'd be digital for Elton's campaigns and whatnot, I always had my camera off because it made things run smoother on my other computer. So
I like seeing your face.
I don't like seeing mine.
And now she's pink.
She's getting pink.
I'm red. I'm red. Okay.
I have that effect on women. It's okay. Just accept
Tits.
it. Just accept it.
Oh, just wait. Alicia will get. She's gonna be a pain in your.
Did you Rage? You heard that she was gonna show me her tits, right? That's what I heard. I heard. I'll show you. I'll show you. That's what I heard.
No.
I'm not going to touch that subject with a 10-foot pole. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
But, ladies, it was a pleasure having you on. And I want to wish you both luck in the campaign.
Thank you.
And I wish Benji luck on not getting hits and being able to fight temptation.
Thank you.
Alicia's name
So,
is Temptation, I guess.
Yeah. But again, thank you for being on the show tonight. Can't wait until Wednesday so we can see what happens then.
Oh yes, we're going down into the mines, and we're
Ooh.
starting off right in battle, and because we had that one thing, and then the other thing, and
Fairy fire, and it wasn't a romper, and I'm very sad about that. I thought it was a romper.
no, it was this slug-looking thing. I forget the name of it.
I thought it was a romper. I got really excited. I made a bad dad joke about the romper, and then it wasn't a romper, and I was like, what?
But
I guess a little bit of metagame knowledge, but it wasn't metagame knowledge.
Okay. Now, ladies, I wish you the best of luck with the campaign.
Bye.
So, and I can't wait to have you both on the show again.
Well, I'm always pretty much available whenever they need a spot filled. So.
Good to know. Good to know.
I'll be here next time they tell me I'm here.
I volunteer as tribute.
Also, good answer. Now, let's get to the hard parts of the night.
My kid's crying in the background.
Not that. Saying goodbye. And for all of you out there listening, watching, I hope you guys join in next time, next Sunday, hopefully at 6 p.m. Eastern time. But show about D&D, you're always going to start late, just like any campaign. So stay safe, stay happy, and make sure you don't roll cursed dice.
Yeah.